Aloha! Thanks for joining us at Maui Nui Botanical Gardens. Today we are featuring our seed storage efforts and heritage crops with support provided by Hawaii Tourism through the Aloha Aina program. The garden seeks to support land managers with increased collaboration, banking indigenous crop varieties, and ensuring that wild source material is available to Maui County for research and restoration.
We have here the Ohia Lehua tree right here with a beautiful yellow flower. I just wanted to tell you something about the scientific name, Metrosideros polymorpha. Metro means center, sideros is siderin, iron. It has an iron heartwood, very hard wood, fine grain. Polymorpha is many morphs, many varieties. So this plant, the leaves can be very fuzzy, they can be pink, they can be greenish, they can be dusky purple, they can be shiny, and the flowers too can be many different colors. They can be a brilliant scarlet red, they can be orange, they can be yellow as you see, peach. But this is not just any yellow, this is the mamo lehua that we have here. This is the yellow of the mamo bird, the yellow feathers that were used in royal capes. Two, the leaf tips, the very new leaves are liko, the liko lehua. Liko is another beautiful word. Liko means also descended. The liko can be fuzzy, they can be shiny, they can also be different colors, pinks, very beautiful used in lei. This flower also produces a lot of nectar, which the birds, the native birds, feed on. You could even stick your own tongue in the cup and taste the sweetness of it. So a very important tree in the forest. As a keystone species, we are trying to protect this tree with we are partners in a network of many seed banks across the Hawaiian Islands who are storing a diverse gene pool of seeds to prevent extinction in the face of such things as rapid ohia death, which is ravaging thousands of acres of forest on the Big Island. It's quite frightening. It's found its way to Maui once that we know of, and it was eradicated, thank goodness. But we are partners in that network.
Your donation helps MNBG to provide much needed labor to work in natural areas, including coastal and Ohia Lehua forests, to collect and store seeds for future use in restoration.
Here is how I count out 100 ohia seeds. Itsy bitsy like that. I always marvel at how tiny they are, and one little seed can grow a whole tree. A whole tree. This whole packet, imagine the forest right there. And then we take the 100 seeds, it's not 100, and we put it into here, and we weigh the 100. And that way, I can then weigh the whole packet, the large packet, and I can figure out about how many seeds, which is many thousands, as you can imagine.
In addition to ohia, we also are located on a remnant coastal sand dune here at the garden, so we store seeds of coastal species. There's an urgent need to conserve species that are in the watersheds, which are mostly higher elevation. But coastal species are really important to put into seed banks because climate change and sea level rise they're gonna be needed for restoration efforts. This is the endemic lei flower of Kaho'olawe. It's called hina hina. It's a beach plant that was once common on sandy beaches on all the islands, but now it's only found on Molokai. Hina hina means gray, and it's also a name for Haleakala silversword. If you looked at one of these leaves under a magnifying glass, you'd see that it's very, very hairy, which is like sunscreen for the plant. This is the indigenous hunakai, which actually is pretty common in some places, but here on Maui, there's only a few plants left in the wild about a mile away from here. So what we've been doing is collecting seeds from the wild and then planting them here in our site. And then we collect seeds. This is what the seed looks like. This is the fruit. You open it up and it has these fuzzy little seeds. But actually, as they sit on top of the sand and in the sun, they become bald and they look like this.
In addition to accelerating seed collection, MNBG is collecting and growing heritage Hawaiian crop varieties of plants like kalo, ko, uala, mai'a, and ava, and makes these crops available to farmers and home growers.
I like our native plants These ancient cultivated varieties have been grown from cuttings rather than by seed for thousands of years before European contact. And with these cultivations, they're dependent on that. So here we have the mai'a, or the banana, and this variety is called the Iholana lele. There are about 40 varieties before, and now there are only 19. Iholana lele, or lele, means that it's meant to fly or altar, and this variety was actually planted next to the altar. So as you can see, the banana or the mai'a of the Iholana lele has a salmon colored, and it's high in vitamin A. So here we have the kalo or taro. This variety is called the Pico Lehua of PE. There are about 300 varieties, and now there are about 60 left. So pico, you can see right here, and lehua, the kalo or the poi form turns into a red color when it's fermented, and a PE means curly. So if you look underneath the lau, it has little ruffles underneath of it. So this is the ko, or the sugarcane. There are about 50 Hawaiian varieties, and now there are about 35. So this variety is the Honua'ula, and so Honua'ula is like the district in, or Ahupa'a of Maui in Lahaina, and it refers to that name. So ula means red and honua means earth, so referring obviously to the red soil.
Our centrally located garden has long been a source of plants for residents, and current events have gotten many residents interested in growing food. During the COVID-19 closure, the gardens has been leaving plant starts outside our closed gates each Monday morning for people to take home and grow. If you live on Maui, check out @Maui Nui BG on Instagram and Facebook to see what plants we have available. Thank you for watching. To support Maui Nui Botanical Gardens Seed Banking Initiative and Heritage Food Crops, visit mnbg.org/MNBG-membership.